Oh god, no, bro. Get off this. No, fucking hell, get off my screen. Alright. Okay, welcome. Ugh. I feel a bit better today. I don't feel sick. I feel like throwing up. But I'm gonna buy some food. Order some food real quick. Uh, what can I get? That's the question. Alright, let's do it. Sorry about this fucking shit. Nah, I don't want to use you. Okay. This might suffice. I need to shave. I actually really need to shave. Like, this part. Like, I don't really think I want a beard. I might just keep. I need to shave this as well, but, I need to get my hair cut as well. I got a lot of shit I need to do. I really want to try one of these just out of curiosity, because I live fucking. Like, just. But it's too much, that's the problem. I ain't trying to spend thinking on that. What's my brother want? Have a day off. What do you mean? Oh, my brother's trying to tell me to have a day off of trading. Because I've been trading recently. Yeah, but I've been trading on, thing recently. Crypto. Forex, whatever. So he's basically just telling me to have a day off. Because, basically, the truth is, and I'm going to look back on this anyways in the future, but the truth is, recently, yeah, I've been feeling very shit. I've been feeling like my life's fucked, and I feel like my whole life, like, I feel like I've failed everything that I've tried to put in. Like, I don't know, like I put in a lot of effort into things, and it hurts when some things don't go the right way, but I still believe that things can work. So either I'm very optimistic or I'm very blind, right? But no, I can see. So I'm just very optimistic. I'm very optimistic with things. So that either gets me fucked, right? I'm either gonna get fucked because of it, or it's gonna work. Everything that I do is gonna work. I'm just looking at all my trophies. I ain't got no trophies. No, but I'm just a living. I'm just trying to be living proof that you can do the things that you want. This has kind of been the thing from the beginning. Let me get this shit off my head. This has kind of been the thing from the beginning where I've tried to prove it, not to myself, but like obviously to myself, obviously, but also to anybody watching, that like you can make anything possible, but you just have to keep working on things and like not giving up, right? And even with this journey I'm talking about, trading, I've been at this shit for what, 70 something days now. Like, this shit doesn't get easy to me. Like, sometimes, some days it might be nice, but like, the truth is, with trading for me, like, people see the glamorous side. Like, you've seen it, I'm pretty sure. You might go on Instagram or TikTok or whatever fucking bullshit. Like I said, it's all fucking social media shit. Like, they all push this bullshit narrative out there as if this is how things are, and essentially this is easy, and people get envious and of all these things, and it's just bullshit. Like, it's literally bullshit. There are a few people that are able to make things work, and that just comes down to the discipline and the hard work and all that shit. But I always think that you should always show up to whatever you're doing every single day at least, regardless. And yeah, maybe sometimes I've broken that, but I believe that you should try your best, and you'll be able to do it eventually. Right, and including with training, I'm just trying to make this shit work. It's not like training for me isn't something that I really enjoy, but it's something that I can kind of wrap my head around, and I can understand that the math behind it in terms of profitability, probability, and all of that shit. Maybe I do make things look easy than they are, perhaps. But the truth is, it's not, and this shit isn't easy. This shit is not easy whatsoever. You need to understand that shit. Shit is not supposed to be easy. Like, nothing is supposed to be easy. But the point I'm trying to make is that basically if you just keep doing it, then obviously at some point it's gonna work. Very simple. And there's not really much to it apart from that. Like, just keep doing it. And you'll either hate it or you love it. But if you want it, it'll work. And that's been with some of the past things I've also worked on. I've been able to do them. Why? Because I've kept to it throughout all the bullshit. Right? And essentially that's what I'm trying to say. So, this training journey could also take like another year. Technically, I don't want it to. I have plans to get this shit done by the next few months. Right? I'm not trying to fucking mess around. I've got a life to live. Right? I'm not trying to fucking fuck around. You know, I want to be able to like travel to places. I want to be doing shit while I'm young, because I don't want to be looking back like 20, 30 years or whatever from now, right? And think to myself, why didn't I do this? Why did I do that? And just bunch of fucking regret, because that shit fucking eats you alive. Believe it or not, that shit will be the most painful thing you'll experience when you're 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever, right? Why couldn't I do this when I was younger? I was healthy. All this bullshit. So the truth is, yeah, just don't give up. And I waffled a little bit, but it's fine. So we're not going to do too much, like, because today, Friday, literally marked its ass on Friday from what I see. It's just a repetitive fucking nature. It's just shit. In terms of trades, nothing. I think there was one or two that I could have taken. I think Gold's give it literally zero setups today. Like, I was trying to fucking, what are we looking at? I was on the chart from about fucking 10. Obviously this says 11 on here, but it's an hour ahead. So from here I saw fuck all. Saw this bullshit. So what? This? Okay, cool. Can't take a trade. Right? What are we looking for? This zone. This zone down here. Potentially this zone if you really wanted to highlight it. No mitigation. We get mitigation over here, but it doesn't give us that entry criteria because it liquidates this low. So, and we also have the breakdown, so we're probably looking for more or less sales at this point when we get this fucking huge candle in real time. Obviously it comes up, liquidates this high. What caused it? Technically this zone here that caused the break in this structure. So what do we look for? Buys off of this, we get no entry. Right, break the structure, what do we get? Entries off of this, entry. There's our entry. And how long did that take? I'll have a look in a sec. And yeah, this one delivered nicely. Like I said, my strategy isn't bad. It's just it can be very fucking frustrating. And yeah, this delivers beautifully at nice to 1 to 20, right? Which is basically the day done. That's 10k profit. I would be done for the day, but obviously I didn't see that. But obviously, but from this time when we hopped on the charts from about here to here, we were on the charts for about 2 hours. Right, 2 hours, nothing. Right, and typically I have a set time where I don't want to be trading outside of certain times. I don't want to be spending time on with other things in life, right? You don't want to be fucking putting 10 hours a day on the charts, winning like 5 trades, losing like 6 or whatever, and still coming out maybe break even or whatever for the day. You don't want to be doing that shit. Take 1 or 2 trades in a day, stick to it. If you lose a trade, okay, cool. Look, wait, patience, wait for your next. Take that. You lose the second one, call it a day. Don't lose shit. That's how I do it. Because otherwise you're going to lose money. And you lose more and more. So just call it a fucking day. Okay, what do we get? Price come down, price come down. Okay, we're waiting for the break in either this structure to create a narrative of price coming down at this point. We do get it. We get no negations. Right, what we're looking for. Breaking this level, what caused it this zone? What do we get? We get an entry criteria. Yes, we do. But again, this wick, as everybody knows by this point, this wick I don't take because, or I don't take it as my entry because this is bullshit. Right? Volatility. Long wicks like this and then a body, bullshit. Don't trade them. Just says volatility. Don't trade that shit because at that point you're adding risk, believe it or not. Okay, what do we get breaking this structure? Okay, what caused it? Potentially this zone. What do we get? Price coming down, comes up, and it breaks, right? So what do we get? We get remitigation as well, by the way. But it comes down, so what we're looking for, starts from this zone. What do we get? Equal, nothing basically. Nothing, we get this break, it breaks down from this candle, right? Where it also comes back up. It creates this and this. This would be a short from here. This is your basically stop loss, right? And then your take profit would probably just be this low at this point in the day. So you're probably looking to take a 1 to 2, just under 1 or 2. Not great, short, but it's still profit. That's a valid setup. Or you could let it like, just let the like 20% ride or whatever. Comes down, nothing to really take here. We have sloppy price action, probably sells from here. If we can get it, we get it. But again, risk to reward isn't going to be delivering to our favour, right? Where's our stop loss? This high, okay? Where are we targeting? Most likely this area, which is a 1 to 1, right? Did we get the tap? No. Actually, do we? No, we don't. We fucking don't. So I would just do it just like that, which is basically it delivers at this point. I think it was this point. All you gotta do at this point, delivers a nice 1 to 1.5 at least minimum, beautifully, which again, easy money. That would be equivalent to about 750 in how much you would have made. Obviously, break up, right, we'll cause it this, buys from here, breaks down, okay, it sells, sells from basically anywhere inside of here, kind of setup, right, breaks down, sell, probably sells from this higher zone, nothing, break down, like, basically nothing, break, nothing. So you can kind of see there's nothing for a while. Yeah. Shit. Oh shit. What the fuck? Fuck's sake, man. Fuck's sake. I'm sorry about this, guys.
This is not.
Cool. Okay. Should be fine. fine, hopefully. I really hope she recognises. Fuck's sake, man. Anyway, so about that. Okay, so price goes up, creates this area to basically sell from, and again, we get fuck all. Maybe because it's a cluster, double, not a cluster, but again, valid short from this area, protect this as your high. That's a valid short. In terms of risk to reward, maybe one or two most, which isn't great. No mitigation breakdown, look up sales from this zone, nothing. Right, and then obviously this, like, tell me somebody who's traded this, please. It's fucking ass. I mean, I can zoom in on this shit, potentially. Okay, we have this high. We're always looking for the bigger plays. So high, what caused it? This zone. Maybe buys off of this. No. Breaks up. Right, we're still looking to hold this zone. We get the liquidation. Okay. So what does that mean? We're looking for sales from what? This zone. Up move, break down, no mitigation, break down. Sales from potentially this zone here. Up, nothing. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. Yeah. I mean, depending on the strategy you work with, obviously, you could probably be looking at an imbalance here, and then trading to the imbalance, or whatever it is. But regardless, it's shit. EU, again, dog shit. Like, what is this? Like, please, I was highlighting the zone for sales, for sure. Long wick, doji candle, don't do it. He said, fuck that. Sales from, again, we broke this structured narrative here, right? We broke this liquidity point here. We're looking for sales from basically this move right here. Again, we don't get the tap, but if it did, or maybe you apply it to just before it hits the zone. Me personally, I don't care. My zone has to be hit. It's like basically a non-negotiable. If it doesn't get hit, I don't take it. And again here, this one was a nice trade I took actually earlier. But again, we always look for these bigger plays, and then we look for the last point, which is basically this point, because this is a big institutional push, right? This shows me that market wants to push in certain directions. Like if we look at this price action, right? Like we ain't seen institutionals play. Well, obviously we are, but we're not like this institutional push in structure. We had basically this first one from maybe here to here, but personally this created this equal high. But again, this was the main one, and then if we look at actually what caused it, okay, what was the last up move that caused it? This zone, okay, and actually, if you believe me or not, guess what? Where do we get the breakdown? Here. Where do we get the break up? Here. Where do we get the breakdown? Doji, don't fuck with it, okay. What do we get? This. Enter here, or again valid by the way, or this one, up, break down, up, break down. Either one, I'll show you right now. This one, right, and obviously potentially targeting these institutional lows, great, cool, or this one, short from this. Right, like that. And this one doesn't give you as good risk to reward. As you can see, this is a 1 to 3. At this level, this was maybe a 1 to 6 or 7. This level, and a 1 to 5. But it doesn't matter because you're still profiting. Maybe you're not making as much, but it's still a good trade regardless, right? It's just entry criteria. Alright, so we get this push down, and again, because we are now following the bias of this institutional flow, what do we know? Well, technically we know that we could be coming up to these higher zones just to be pushing down even further, but we know the price is most likely going to be coming down. Let's just say that. But obviously if we're getting delivered this, obviously we could be looking for this zone, right, which we don't tap, unfortunately. Okay, but then we deliver again, get nothing, break down, nothing, break down, something, shit risk to reward, still valid, probably going to start target these lows as well. But the point is, it's all doable. But anyways, at this point we're 19 minutes in, so I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully it was a fun video, good video, whatever. But yeah, I'm going to peace out now. I'm going to order some food or some shit. And yeah, I'll see you motherfuckers tomorrow. So yeah, bye.